Hello YouTube, this is VWatchArg1990 and I am doing another deck profile, and this is my deck Spike Brothers. I just recently did a Tachikaze deck. This is like my favorite clan when I first started 3 years ago, and this is also one of my favorite clans, Spike Brothers. I also liked 3 years ago. So yeah, and I already explained it before, I haven't played in a while, so I have updated a lot of things. I just got back and I got a lot of things. So anyways, so for my starter, as always, I start with my starter is Mecha Trainer, because I can just literally just pick up any grade 1 or less from my deck and put it in my hand. And I always pick up Gary Gannon because I like Gary Gannon's effect, which I can explain when I get to my grade 1s. So yeah, he's good he's amazing for setups on the mid game, like when you're like grade 1 already. Well, not mid game, like early game. He's a good early game setup to have. So like, yeah, that's why he's my starter. So on to my grade 3s. Play 4 of the Legion Bloody Olgo. Like, he just, with his counterblast 2, I can just special summon. I can call any rear guard from my deck to the field. So yeah, and it does not need a Legion. But when he is in Legion, my opponents, my rear guards would get 5k, and it would go back to the bottom of my deck when I end the turn. So it's useful to like just kind of like, it's kind of like actual football players. Like, you put someone in, and then when you feel like they're up to their limits, you put them back in for later use. That's what I like about with the Spike Brothers. Then I play 3 Baton Draggers. I don't have a 4th, unfortunately. I might pick up a 4th later. So yeah, it's about my dog Smokey. Yeah. So anyways, so yeah, Baton Dragger, the break ride, just gains my Spike Brother gain 10,000, but it's like when my rear guards attack, they will also gain 10k, and they will be put back to the bottom of the deck. So basically, if I broke ride with the Legion, I would get my rear guards will gain 15,000 in total, and they will go back to the deck. So that's like the rush later on, which is going to be explained when the grade 2 lineup. So yeah, that's my grade 3s. I only play 7. I might play 8 when I get the other Baton Dragger. My grade 2s, the Legion mates, Bloody Ogo, Frozen Ogo. Frozen Ogo is just, you counterblast 1 and I put it into Soul. So it's during Legion. No, when the turn that my Vanguard Legion, at the end of the battle that this unit attack a Vanguard, I can pay the cost, and I'll just search it. I'll search my deck for any rear guard, and just call it to field. So yeah, this is where you do the aggressive spike rush. That's why Frozen Ogre is really good to have, because he starts up the aggressive spike rush and makes sure your opponent's like guards as much as you can, and like it literally just makes your opponent lose a hand when he keeps attacking, if you have enough counterblast for it. So yeah, that's why Frozen Ogre is good. Next is one of my favorite grade 2s of this deck, and that's Dudley Mason. I'm telling you guys, when Reckless Rampage comes out, you may want to have him, because Dudleys are gonna have support, and I've seen some Dudley cards in there. They're really good to have, so you gotta pick these up. And plus, the Reckless Rampage, the Spike Bros got a new mechanic called Charge, which I think Charge is like, if I remember correctly, after they attack or use their effect, you can choose for them to go back into the deck if you want to. So yeah, but his skill is, I can just with just 1 cost of counterblast and just put a card from my hand into the soul, which I normally just put draw triggers in the soul. I can just call a rear guard from my deck to the field, any rear guard. So I just normally pick up like Jumbo Stun Gun or a grade 1. It depends on which grade 1 I want to pick up. I will usually just pick up Jumbo Stun Gun or Frozen Ogle, maybe a grade 1. But still, this guy is really amazing with this deck. I am pretty and makes the deck consistent with the fact I could call out, and then when I did Break Ride, I could use the skill, put it back in the deck, and I just take one, pop one to replace them. Then next I play. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm not done with the grade 2 lineup. 2 Jumbo Stun Guns just for the counter charge. It's basically why he's there. And 2 Silver Blaze is for just a big power up when I have a Legion. That's pretty much it. Only reason I explain much about those 2 because sure, Jumbo Stun Gun gets me the counter charge one, but it's just not what it's cool, but it's just not like Dudley Mason or Frozen Ogle that I explain much of. For grade 1s, 3 Wonder Boys. I may put 4 as a tech, but 3. I think 3 works for me because at least I want like as one's a Vanguard or one's like chart to guard and one's like to boost. But yeah, it's really just an AK beat stick in the grade. That's a grade 1, so it's gonna be hard for most opponents to attack over unless they hit a trigger, which sometimes they barely do hit triggers. That's why I like to ride Wonder Boy. Then I play 3 Reckless Express because of the skill that I just sold last one. He becomes a 12k beat stick when he's a rear guard, and then put him back in the deck and shuffle. That's what I like about with Reckless Express. Then I play 4 PGs. It's simple, really. Just it's a Sentinel PG. Then I play 2 Machine Gun Gloria. For 1 cost, I can draw and put back the boosted rear guard to the deck. And last but not least, 2 Commander Gary Gannon the Cannon. Yeah, just like if my Vanguard hits or any of my boosted, if anyone, my Vanguard or rear guard that was boosted and they hit, I can just discard a card from my hand and I draw a card. So yeah, that's my grade 1 lineup. My triggers lineup, I play 6 crits, 6 draws, and 4 heals. Just want to at least have enough draw power for when I'm in like sticky situations. And my grade 4s, just for Flash Boost, it's the on hit. And like if I hit, I can choose a card from my hand and put it into Soul, and I can call a rear guard from my deck to the field, and that unit will gain 5k till the end of the turn. So like I could bring Dudley Mason if I don't have like that much of, like say I have like 2 open rear guard circles left, I can bring out Dudley Mason for if this hits, and then if my Dudley Mason hits, I can counterblast 1 and bring it back just to bring more in the field. So yeah, Flash Boosts you do want to have. It's a really amazing grade 4. And Geronimo's too, because the Dudleys are getting their support, and the Dudleys have some really amazing cards you want to look out for. Like when Reckless Rampage comes out, Nubatama, Spikes, and Tachis are gonna, I'm not gonna say they're gonna be like tier 0s. At least they might be tier 1.5, depending on their support they have. And so far I know Spikes, they have some new Dudleys. They have a new mechanic charge, and they have another grade 4. I have to look them up later. But yeah, so this is my Spike Brothers deck profile. So, and I have two more decks I can do. One is Link Joker Messiahs, and the other is Link Joker Deleters. Like, I'm almost finished my deleters. I'm just missing two Igorgs and two Greyhawns and one Gailey, so that's it. But my Messiahs are complete. And I'm just gonna wait for the next set, Moonlit Dragonfang for Exotics, Blink Messiah, and Sacrifice Messiah, and the rest of Messiahs. So this is B-Boy Target 99 saying deuces.